opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers, and we are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of our sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show in the hope that it will be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience. The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers.
Good Saturday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. Tonight brought to you by Miss Clean House Cleaning Services. Call Karen for a free estimate on all your housekeeping needs. 352-575-5835. And by Harry Business Center, Deerfoot Plaza, home of the $10 haircut. Call Dave & Company at 904-964-3338 or stop by for a fresh look. This is your show coming to you on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday and Saturday night. You control and run this show. We are just a rudder that steers this big old vessel. We bring it to you first for education, discussion, and debate of local news, politics, and sports, as well as the latest on the COVID-19 situation and the ongoings in the United States of America. We have you covered from Middleburg to Melrose to McIntosh, from Lake City to Lake Butler, Lake Como, from Waldo to Williston, from Lottie to Lulu, where I didn't spot anybody today, and all points in between, including Gainesville, Palatka, Ocala, and of course right here in beautiful Star, Florida.
You might want to call Columbia County, Gordon. There's something wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Now, here's your on-the-spot team making it happen every single week. First, putting it all together behind the scenes, our executive producer, Super Dave Holland. Say hello, David.
Hello, everybody.
Keeping the flow of the show is our director and my lifesaver today, Michael the Dragon Slayer Heater. Say hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
All right, really. The rest of the team is Austin Storm Chaser Stevens and John Better Than Snopes Probst, who is with us tonight. And our great media partners, WEAG Eagle Country 106.3 FM, the Kramers, Chuck and Mary Kramer, and Lynn Vellis, and the staff at the Bradford County Telegraph. Now my co-host, first to my left, he is our historian and our governmental whiz. He is the guy with the political knowledge, the history knowledge, and whatever else other knowledge. Here he is, Byron, fighting for your freedom, Bagwell.
Good evening, infidels.
And joining us,
men.
Green Men.
Yeah, little green men.
Where'd you find them at?
Penalty.
Here we go.
Coast interference, Bagwell. $5 penalty. Continue playing.
$5 for Bagwell. All right.
That may be
There
the
we
only
go.
That may be the only sports we
$5
get this year.
Well, anyway, and
SEC
joining,
referee, man. Get told again.
Yeah.
and joining us tonight, filling in for the vocal voice of Mitchell Gunner, our very special co-host and Bradford County Sheriff for 4 more years. Give it up for Mr. Gordon Smith. Say hello, Gordon.
It's always great to be on the show.
Hey, it's always great having you on the
Man,
show.
you get to talk straight and directly to the citizens you serve and those viewing and the questions you get to go live. Nothing, you get to go off the cuff and
Right.
nothing but the truth. So
Nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
That's it. Yep. And I'm your host, David Rodgers, the voice of the Bradford High Tornadoes and
The show pony.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live from the On the Spot studios along historic Call Street and Stark. Only 2,138 miles from Catfish Paradise, Arizona, where I seen Byron 2 weeks ago fishing in that same pond, and you caught Jack nothing. All right, so let's get started as we always do.
That's
With
because
our-
that wasn't me. I was eating catfish at the restaurant down the road.
Oh, is that what it was? All right, prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic words of wisdom. I'm going to ask my brother from another mother, our re-elected sheriff, if he would lead us in prayer tonight.
Absolutely.
All right.
Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening asking for nothing but for your grace and your mercy on this amazing country that we live in. Thank you for allowing us to live in the greatest country in the world. And let those know that those who do not love this country, Lord, they have other places they can choose. Lead them in the right direction and lead them to the path from the just and the American people, lead them to where they need to be. We ask you to bring favor on us as we move forward and do your work. And all God's children said,
Amen.
Very good.
All right. Let us stand for our pledge. And I'm going to ask Byron Bagwell if he would lead us in the pledge tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. All right.
and we didn't leave under God out, by the way.
No, we did not.
We're never will.
No, and we're never going to. You know, Gordon, before we get to Byron's patriotic words of wisdom, I've had a couple of people say, you know, David, we love your show. We love everything that you do, but we're not going to watch it anymore. I was like, why? Because he says, you say the prayer. Really? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I've timed that. It's about 7.5, 8 minutes into the show.
Right.
Well, after we do that, why don't you come on and watch it? I ain't tell you have to listen to the prayer, but I'm not going to stop the show from prayer. That's what I believe in. That's what all these guys believe in. That's what we all believe in. And I'm not going to stop saying the prayer because somebody wants me to or said they're not going to watch it for 7.5 minutes.
Oh, well, we'll pick up more.
Yeah, we'll pick up more. That's exactly right. What do you have for us, Mr. Bagwell?
Well, I got a couple of them.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see if you know where this one is from.
Okay.
And let the one who has no sword sell his cloak and buy one.
That's an interesting one.
The president?
That's got to come from.
Hold on.
Is that a Bible verse?
It's a Bible verse.
Is it?
It's
It is. Gordon, do you know it right off?
I don't.
Is that out of Proverbs?
Nope.
Okay. That's it.
It's one of the apostles.
Is it?
Really?
So,
That would be Luke.
Luke?
Yes.
Okay.
And that would actually be the words of Jesus Christ.
I'll be there.
Think about that
Very good.
Very
for a few
good.
minutes and translate what a sword is into modern day.
Day. Yeah. Good one. That's a good one. All right.
And for the next one,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to, this is not quite an apostle, but some people might take him as an apostle if they're
Okay.
old school.
Okay.
Every man needs two things to live a successful life. First, we need a moral code of right and wrong. And secondly, we must have a backbone to keep him from being swayed by those with no moral code.
That's
We'll take a stab.
Ronald Reagan quote.
I'm gonna take a stab. I'm gonna say it's John Wayne.
That's a lot of words one time.
Yeah, it is for John, but I'm gonna take it. John Wayne or Roy Rogers.
And that would be John Wayne.
Would that be John Wayne, really?
John Wayne.
I'll be dadgum. David's 1-0 tonight.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Too many. I'm just there. Too many words for
God,
John.
he was like a one-line guy, kind of like me.
Yeah, he
you know?
was. Yeah, a little
You
line
know what? He was a great one-line guy, but you know, you really think about that.
Right.
That's really how you should live your life. You should,
Sure.
should have a moral code.
Right.
And a
If you
backbone.
don't, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
lost.
Yep. I think that's one of the major problems we have. There
I
are too
think
many
so.
people that do not have a moral code in this world anymore.
Right.
It's just whatever they want to do, however they want to do, whatever they want to do.
And then that crazy.
As long as we give it to them.
As long, right. Right. All right. We can talk about that
We're
later.
gonna get
Sheriff.
into that.
We're going to get into that Sheriff, a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to delve into today's latest. We want to recognize our great sponsors, Sheriff, who once again step up and serve our community. This is our sponsor spotlight. How about Miracle Automotive and Recovery, Dependable Waste Services, Schuster and Sabin Law Offices, and the Downtown Grill.
Oh, and Boogie Nights DJ service, designed by Propes, on the spot lawn maintenance, Williams Jewelry on Call Street here in Stark.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, sure.
And then we have services, Service First Small Engine Repair, Fun Point, Food and Arcade. And if you don't go there, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's a great
Yeah.
place. It really
Yes,
takes
it
a
is.
joke with the grandbabies. Southern Gym Photography, That's my smiling face. Make me look good. Harry Business to Start, keeping the cut looking good, and Brittany Leanne Creations.
That's it. There you go.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does
I was
that.
going to say,
Yeah.
get fired.
And now, here is the 360 taking you around the region with local news and weather in 360 seconds. Tonight, brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade and Start. Check out the all-new menu on Facebook or www.funpointstart.com. Start Police and Bradford County deputies continue to look for Chandler Lawson, who attacked his mother on Wednesday, leaving her in critical condition.
Time out.
Yes, sir.
Want to give an update?
Sure.
He is
Breaking
now
news.
in custody.
All right.
Oh!
I just received a notice he is in custody.
Yep.
And is apparently cooperating with the detectives. So more information on that as we come. But he is now in custody.
There we go. And that's why we have the sheriff on the show right here.
Right.
Lawson also stole a 2012 silver Toyota Prius with Florida tag BFZA06 and may be in Stark or Gainesville or even Orlando
Or the Bradford
or
County
the
Jail.
Bradford County Jail. So I will take the Bradford County Jail. Byron, what do you take?
I'll take the Bradford County Jail.
Sheriff, what will you
$400,
take?
Alex.
Well, if I had my rathers, Bradford County Jail.
All right. And the guys back there, what do you think, Michael?
Oh, absolutely. That's
Dave?
great news.
That is great news. Hey, let me ask you guys something. Who in the hell was he going to outrun in a Toyota Prius?
Well,
Oh, I'll leave the rest of that out.
Don't do that.
No, I'll need to leave.
I wanted to hear what Sheriff was going to say. What is he going to outrun in a Toyota Prius? Lawson also had warrants for his arrest for attempted second-degree murder, aggravated battery, robbery, and grand theft auto. Lawson is a light-skinned black male, thin build, and a shaved head. He has a tattoo across the right side of his neck. If you see him, don't worry about it. We've got him in custody. Over to Marion County, where a pair of 14-year-olds are facing felony charges after Florida Highway Patrol troopers found them in the parking lot of a church with a homemade explosive early Thursday morning. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper was traveling by Oak Griner Baptist Church on Northeast Jacksonville Road in Ocala when he saw two boys in the parking lot. One of the teens appeared to be attempting to hide a bottle under his clothes. The trooper took a closer look at the bottle, which contained firecrackers, gunpowder, and a small piece of rope inserted into the cap to act as a fuse. The two admitted to putting it together themselves, but said they were not going to detonate it at the church, but somewhere else nearby. Both were arrested and charged with possession of an explosive device and later released to their parents.
He may have saved them from themselves.
He may have, Lord. That is a great deal.
Saved them from
Yes.
themselves.
One person was seriously injured following a traffic crash on Interstate 75 in Columbia this afternoon. And that's Columbia County, this afternoon. A passenger car rear-ended a semi and then overturned. The driver, a male from Omaha, Nebraska, was taken to a Gainesville hospital. The investigation is continuing by the Florida Highway Patrol.
It wasn't Prius, was it?
No, it wasn't a Prius. Putnam County officials are investigating a boating accident earlier today at Georges Lake in extreme northwest Putnam County. One person was seriously injured and taken to the hospital by ambulance. The major underground work continues for the new State Road 100 overpass and Start as electrical and sewer work is being installed. In addition, the land is being cleared and prepared for the new St. Clair Street extension. Ongoing detours can be expected, but some good news here. Sonny's Barbecue is close to reopening following a major renovation to the building and expanded parking on the corner of US 301 and State Road 100 near downtown.
Looks nice.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley. Do you know him,
I sure do know him well.
There you go. We'll host an Addressing Crime Together virtual meeting on August 27th at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live. Our Flagler County viewers are not going to want to miss this live event. There you go. Nice.
All right.
And finally, Hamilton County Sheriff Harold Reed. You know Harold Reed?
I know he's the dean of sheriffs. He's the longest serving after Sheriff Jerry Whitehead had passed away.
Is that right?
Harold Reed is now the longest serving.
Actually, part of the thing, but that's okay.
Hey, there you go. Look at was reelected and will be serving his 9th, ladies and gentlemen, continuous term. Once completed, Sheriff Reed will have selflessly served as fellow citizens for 36 years as their sheriff.
He is really a good man.
Yep, Sheriff Reed, as our sheriff just said, is the longest serving sheriff currently serving in the state of Florida. Here now is your weather update, sponsored by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find AWS on Facebook for the latest information. And we're bringing in our weather guy, not Austin Storm Chaser Stevens, but our director to fill in for him, Michael the Dragon Slayer Heater. What we got on the weather, Big Mike?
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. Another pattern of wet weather continues as rounds of scattered storms pushed through North Florida earlier today, but the skies are drying out and clearing out as we go through the overnight hours, with lows dropping down into the mid-70s. We will see partly cloudy skies and temperatures into the lower 90s for the rest of the week. However, all eyes are on Tropical Storm Laura as the Florida Keys are under a tropical storm watch this evening that will be upgraded to a tropical storm warning. We will stay on top of that, and we strongly encourage you to check out the Bradford County Emergency Management page on Facebook for the latest. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate this weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service of Keystone Heights. Find AWS on Facebook and get a local forecast sent right to you. Here now is our What's the Year segment. These are the Bradford Telegraph front page headlines from August of what year. I read that off, and Dave went to a smile, and he loves this segment right here.
It's a great segment.
Because it is. Because he hasn't seen the answer. He likes to guess the answer, too.
I do, too.
Yeah. So, let's see. Gordon's already reading them. But W.F. Cox of Alachua killed by young daughter. Allied armies take up offensive movement in Lorraine. And Stark Gray's baseball team takes wins over Lodi and Rayford.
Just to let everybody know, Lorraine is in France.
Yes, that is correct. These Bradford Telegraph headlines were from the second week of August in what year? Would that be August of 1910, August of 1912, or August of 1914? Here now is, I know that one too. I know this one is because of that. What's the year segment? These are the headlines again in the Bradford Telegraph of that particular year. W.F. Cox of Alachua killed by young daughter. Allied armies take up offensive movement in Lorraine, France. And Stark Gray's baseball team takes wins over Lodi and Rayford. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you a hint. I played on that team back at that time. Stark Gray. I sure did.
And no gray hair. That's pretty good.
Yeah, except on the beard. These Bradford Telegraph headlines were from the second week of August.
That black spray paint he uses.
August of 1910, August of 1912, and August of 1914. The answer is coming up, but we want you to take a guess, ladies and gentlemen, of what that is. So I'm going to start with our esteemed guest, Sheriff. What do you say that year was?
1914.
1914. Let's go to Mitchell Gunner.
1912.
1912. Byron.
14.
1914. John.
1914.
1914. Took a little trip. Michael, you can.
I know the answer. So
Yeah, Dave, you seen it?
I'm going to say 12.
1912. I'm going to say 1914. Took a little trip. Mississippi with Colonel Jackson and his men. All right. Let's go ahead and roll on. Again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to On the Spot with David Rodgers. What we normally do here during this time is everybody's pretty much on a watch party. So I'm going to go around to all our guests and see who we've got on tonight. But I do want to share how you can find us on the Spot with David Rodgers. A couple of ways. On the Spot with David Rodgers, you can go to our Facebook page, find On the Spot, search it, find On the Spot, go down to the middle of the page, and then hit like. You got something going on? Uh-oh. First of all, throw the flag because Byron laughed. Throw the flag, please.
Okay,
flag.
but you got to read Renee's comment before you throw a flag.
There is a great comment
you're gonna get a
from one
flag.
of our viewers, and she's absolutely right. We all need to move away from David Rodgers.
I think, yeah, I agree.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so.
Y'all better back away from the table. Lightning's about to strike the man with the glasses.
If I. Okay, I will get there. So how did you get so far down, Byron, on this comment?
I really don't know.
Throw the flag, please, on him, and then I'll take my flag. But anyway. All right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's $10 for Mr. Bagwell.
You got 10, okay.
Delay of show.
What?
Double penalty.
Huh?
Bagwell
Double penalty.
and Rodgers.
What?
What?
Both. $10 penalties.
You're up.
Replay the segment.
I'm turning into a baseball coach now. Why don't you get find some clay?
Well, you just,
I can make a
I just got
challenge.
a $10 fine. Good grief.
Yeah, I can make a challenge flag.
What about you there, Mr.
split
Gunner?
it.
You're just back there. What are you doing?
I'm keeping my mouth
Hey,
shut.
Mr. Silver, we're going
He
to have
split it in half.
stuff for dinner.
He split
Yeah.
it in half. We're both getting a $5 fine. What you talking about?
I got a $10 penalty
For what?
No.
for a delay of game.
No.
Oh, five?
I said it was a double, so it's a
Okay.
$10 fine.
Yeah,
$5 for each of
see?
you.
It's a double.
Oh.
So there you go. It's a double penalty. Good grief, Byron.
Steak dinner for somebody.
Yeah, well, all this money is going to the Bradford County Food Pantry.
That's right.
Hey, a great, great cause. This is just one of the things that we're doing, and we're going to get into that here in just a little bit on some other things that we got coming up. But anyway, Sheriff, I'm going to start with you. Do you got anybody on your watch party tonight that's watching the show?
I don't have to do all that technology stuff. I figure all the important people were watching, so
They are.
That's what I'm saying.
They are.
What about the way to spend your
Saturday, you got that right. What do you have, Dave?
Oh, I got a ton of people.
Do you? All right, let's hear 'em.
I got Roger Cruz,
All right, Roger
Hey,
Tornado
Roger.
Cruz.
Donald Davis Sr.,
All right.
No doubt.
yeah, Richard McKinney,
Know him well.
yeah, Kelly Kaysen Harvey,
Uh-huh.
Tom Earnhardt,
Try Earnhardt.
yeah, David Kilgore,
Yeah.
Robert Phillips,
Okay.
McClinton. Robert's over McClinton.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them Baker
Baker
County
County
people
boys.
trolling in here on getting some good information, Robert. I know how you are.
there you go, keeping an eye on the neighbor, yeah, Travis Woods,
All right.
yeah, Marty Best,
And
Marty.
Marty Best.
That's
All right.
it. Retired Marty. He's got nothing to do but watch us.
I got Sheila Sam. Good evening, Sheila. I got Dwight Allen. Good evening, fellow Patriot. I got Austin Stevens. I've got Raymond No. Let's see. He says hello, Gordon. By the way, Raymond No. I got John Probst on.
One of his sport, Raymond.
Yeah,
Raymond.
Raymond's one. Yeah, I got John Probst on. Do you know that?
I know Big John.
There we go. How about Joey Fennell? I've got Joey Fennell from Nashville, Tennessee. Melissa Delk, my neighbor. Hello. Phil Jackson, not the coach, but amen. Lead them to another land. There you go. Lisa Tomlinson is on. She says hello. Don Bailey says Jesus is the answer.
Amen.
Austin's Weather Service. Mark Goody. You know Mark?
I know Mark
He
well.
says congratulations to you.
Mark's a good friend. He's good people.
Yes, he is. And Dwight Allen loves you. He says congratulations.
Love
to
Big
you.
Dwight. Hey, Dwight, I went by your house today.
Uh-oh.
I didn't see my sign out there.
Oh.
He must be saving it for next time. I know what he's doing. He's saving it up for the next time.
Hey.
Pardon me, everybody. I need to go somewhere else real quick. No, next time you drive by, ask him what happened to the last sign.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting some good stuff.
Yeah, now you're getting in some good stuff. Roy Jackson's on.
And I just incriminated myself, too.
Yeah.
By the way.
If I can't get here on time, I'll get here when I can. Good evening, gentlemen. Y'all got a full table tonight. Yes, we do, Renee. And I'm getting to your comment real soon. And then when I see you at the reunion, just hold me back, Byron.
I got you.
I guess I'm glad you won, Eddie Sigmund says. He says, I'm glad, I guess I'm glad you won. Lots of laughs.
Eddie still got my sign. See,
Yes, he does. I still got your sign,
That's
too.
right.
Yes, we do have a full table. Jason Vaughn, Sarge. Say hello to Sarge. Sarge is one of your biggest
Yes,
supporters
he
over
is,
there
man. I'm
at
glad
Lake
you
City.
can see him on it.
Yeah.
Hey, the Lake City people are good to me.
Yeah, they love you, man. Hey, by the way, Pat Daddy and Greg said, when are we going to have the little
We're
cookout?
going to have a cook. We got to do some eating.
Yeah,
It ain't
so-
going to be little. We're going to do a big
No, because you know they do it big.
Yeah.
You're talking about some eating too. Dwight Allen does a great job. These two guys over in Lake City does a great job too, by the way. Maybe we can put all three of them together and let them do
We'll
something.
have enough. We'll have a.
Ooh, that would be Jim and Eddie.
I've already gained about 10 pounds since I started this show.
I hear you.
Stop it.
Can we quit talking about food because I'm starving?
Are you? All right.
Brian,
John Probst. John said 1914. Tom Bailey says 1914. Renee says, Austin and I have been trading message about Laura's trajectory. We started getting the yard ready for the heavy weather today. That's good. Sarge says 1914. Dwight Allen says 1914. Y'all better back away from the table. Lightning's about to strike that man with the glasses. Good grief.
I see the glasses.
Yeah. Well, good grief.
Be a red
Oh, by the way, Brian Smith is on.
Okay.
Melissa Delk is on.
Yep.
We said Tom Bailey and Eddie Sigmund. Austin's Weather Service is on. And I saw somebody else that was not on that we have not mentioned. Jason Bott.
Cassette Howard.
Donald Shreve Smith.
Right. Good deal.
There was somebody. Roy Jackson.
Yeah, Roy. I mentioned Roy.
Archie Waters.
Yeah.
Big Archie.
Lisa
See Mike
Norman.
Pence on there, do you?
Lisa Norman. Who? Mike Pence?
Yeah, he might be white.
He may be.
Larry Peoples Sr.
Larry Peoples.
And
Big Raymond Road. Old Railroad's on.
Railroad's on?
Noah Gibson.
What is he?
Curse Howard. And I probably just mispronounced your name. My apologies. And Raymond Road. What you just said.
Old Railroad. That's Raymond Road right there.
Yes.
Bring it, Rodgers.
All right. Mark Udy, 1910, he says. Renee Stegall, I know it was 1814. I was trying to make a little rhyme and rhythm with that. Boy, she's going to get it at the reunion. I'm telling you, Sheriff, she's going to get it.
That was
You look scared.
She looks scared. She ain't scared. No. Bart Norton's watching from Louisiana. You know Bart Norton. Yeah, he's over in Louisiana taking care of his mama. Colonel Jackson was 1814. No kidding, Mr. Allen. Golly. But still my fellow patriot.
You was there for that too, wasn't you?
I
Yeah,
just
probably
think
was.
you want some of that barbecue. Is
I
what
do.
I did.
Well, yeah, I do. Florida got lucky again. It looks like both storms are going to hit Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm only 30 minutes from Lafayette. Yeah, I'm not sure. Michael Heater gave us a little thing that they won't know if it's going to hit Lafayette in that area.
Yeah. I mean, I can give you an update when we get through with this one if you want. I can get the latest for you.
Yeah, they would like the latest.
I will give you the latest in just a moment.
All right. Hello there. He says, congrats to Mr. Gordon. That's Noah with all the minions. Larry People Sr., like you said. Donald Stevens is on. Congratulations. And she said, bring it, Rogers. Yeah, I'm going to bring it, all right. He said the last sign was all faded out. My new sign is in the house.
He's keeping it. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what
Keep
you're
it
doing.
protected.
Keep it protected. Donald Stevens, good evening. All right. I'm going. Jimmy Sparks from Lake City. Hello there. All right. Let's get started. Good evening. All right. Give me the answer to that trivia question, Mr. Michael Heater.
Repeat the question.
Oh, you want me to repeat the question?
Repeat
Okay.
the question real quick.
All right. These are the Bradford Telegraph front page headlines from August of what year? W.F. Cox of Alachua killed by young daughter. Allied armies take up offensive movement in Lorraine, France. Stark Gray's baseball team takes wins over Lottie and Rayford. I was actually the pitcher on that team. August 1910, August 1912, or August 1914? The answer is coming up. What is it? Michael Heater, drum roll. That would be August 1914. All right. Whoever said that one.
Winners tonight.
Here's a little bonus.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was.
Does that deduct for your penalties?
No, that don't. As a matter of fact, they may increase it before we know it.
Little bonus question. Who was
Yeah.
president in 1914?
I already know that one. So somebody else can answer that.
One of my favorite.
One of your favorites? Is he one of your favorites?
Oh, yes. I just love communists.
Anybody want to guess?
Half the problems that this country has right now is because of this guy.
That was before my time.
Mitchell?
David Rodgers is
Not Taft, is it?
No.
No, I didn't
No.
think it
Not
was
Howard
Taft.
Taft.
No.
I talked about him the other night.
Yeah, he's the one that got stuck in the bathtub.
William Taft?
No, it wasn't.
Y'all know he weighed 325 pounds?
Oh, he's a big fella.
William Taft
Yeah.
weighed 300. He was the heaviest president we've ever had.
They
325
think in the
pounds.
White House.
I guess.
It was Wilson.
Yes, it
Wilson.
was. Woodrow
Oh,
Wilson.
Woodrow
Yes, it
Wilson.
was. Yes. All right. Again, Noah, where did you have 1918 on there?
Nope.
That's one of the guesses? Nope. Noah, where are you at? At Sonny's Barbecue? Oh, well, that ain't open yet. But anyway,
You want some more watch party game?
yeah, give me some watch party.
Okay.
Yeah, give me some watch party. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on in here. Give us a watch party.
We have got a lot of folks on like
Yes,
that
we
real
do.
quick. A couple more names and some thank you for tuning in for that one. The Undersheriff, Brad Smith, joining us like that. Helen Legal out of Gainesville joining in. Howard Pfeiffer coming in from Flagler County. Good to have him on board. Dottie Hanson from the Road Department. Anthony Black joins, says congratulations, Sheriff. Kimberly Cruz has joined in, as have Lisa Terry from the city of Stark. Steve Futch has joined us, and Jetta Adkins has also tuned in.
Which
Give me a double second.
He got away. He
He wasn't going to miss that one, was he? He wasn't going to miss that one.
Hey, she is a special lady.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I have a quick question for the weatherman.
Hold on a second.
Come on, Mr. Weatherman. You got to give me the answer to this.
Okay.
Penalty.
Now the weatherman owes $5. Quick question for the weatherman.
Yeah, I was going to say $5 penalty for excessive celebration.
Yes, that's you, Michael Heater.
I
will take it.
I will take it. Okay, so the latest from the National Weather Service hasn't changed much. There's a large high pressure Bermuda high coming in over the Atlantic Ocean. It's going to push Laura through the islands tonight. It's going to border along Cuba and then make its way into the Gulf of Mexico. At this point, we don't anticipate that ridge to recede any. So yes, we are still anticipating a landfall of what will become a weak hurricane of Laura in and around the Texas-Louisiana border, somewhere in that area. Exactly when and where, still up for debate. 2 o'clock Wednesday morning is our best guess. Areas in our area of Florida, west of I-75, we'll see some of the effects. We may get some passing bands. Slight chance of a tornado. I seriously doubt we're going to be even in that high of a risk area.
Right.
And I don't see this being a significant impact for Bradford County business as usual. That being said, Tropical Storm Marco, also expected to become a hurricane, also headed for the Texas-Louisiana coastline. Not going to be so close that they merge into the big super mega transformer storm that they've talked about.
Fukushima or something like that.
Yes.
Gesundheit. But that being said, I do think
Exactly.
but it's still on a beeline for Houston, Texas. So I think that you're going to have a double impact within 12 hours of each other, and Texas is probably going to take the brunt of it.
Wow.
In other words,
it's
going to be what?
Rain.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, rain. Yeah, that rain. You got that right.
We got plenty of that.
Say hey to Kevin Howell.
Kevin Howell, hello, sir. My co-host and my color commentator on Tornado Football, which I'm going to get into here in just a little bit. What you got, Big John?
I just want to say one thing real quick that Raymond No just commented and said we served 170 plus families at the pantry on Friday, so keep throwing that flag, Michael.
There you go.
Hey, there you go. That's exactly what we're talking about. Raymond No, a big part of that for sure.
Wow.
Florence Chris, welcome in. Again, Tom Bailey, welcome in. And Raymond No just did, and Greg Roll. All right, let's move on and let's get cooking here. Again, welcoming on the spot with David Rodgers. Let me introduce the team. To my left, here's our historian, our governmental whiz. Give it up for Mr. Byron Bagwell.
Good evening, infidels.
Back behind the scenes over there, operating some computers, doing some things, making some postages, making some signs for us. Give it up for John, better than Snopes Probst. Says hello, Big John.
Hello.
Back producing the show. Back there with his ponytail, everything. Probably the best looking guy on the show. Give it up for Super Dave Holland.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is that check in the mail? All right. Right behind me right here. Coming in from not being able to race. Or did you get one in?
We got our time runs in, and Scott DeLone, keep him in your prayers. He laid his motorcycle down.
Oh, no.
Making his time run. As far as I know, he did stand up after the accident happened. But they were going to check him out and all that stuff. But as soon as after that happened, the rain came in, and
Let's be done with it.
We probably got over there probably 2 3/4 inches, and probably about 45 minutes.
Ooh.
Today?
This afternoon.
Over there at the racetrack.
The parking lot, the pit area was underwater.
Wow.
It was going down.
Yeah, from I-75 in Ocala all the way to 301 on the Stark side of Hawthorne. I could barely drive because there was so much water on the roadway.
Wow, that is crazy.
And the good thing, we're not being affected by this storm.
Right.
Is because we had so much rain here lately. The
Yeah.
ground's really saturated. And what happens when we get a storm of high winds, it will topple trees, and then we'll have a lot of power outages. So it's a good thing that is going by us and missing us. Unfortunately, it's going to affect other people.
Yeah, and we hate that. And, of course, our special guest tonight, winning his race the other night. Give it up for our re-elected Sheriff Gordon Smith.
All right.
Say hello to everybody, Gordon.
Hey, it's humbling. It's humbling
It
to
is.
have a show of support like I have. Somebody's been in office as long as I have, to know that you really work in the, I got the best sheriff's job in the state, and I get to work for the best citizens anywhere. And, it shows. And it was a good, clean campaign. On both sides worked hard. And at the end of the day, the citizens stood up once more in their vote of confidence. And to that, I say thank you to my community. And I'll always promise you this. The only one promise I make as a politician. No one will love Bradford County more than your sheriff. I promise you that.
I definitely believe that.
I'll tell you, Gordon, I know at least 71% of this county loves you.
Right. There you go. Absolutely.
And that's
71.95.
Yeah, let's get that right. You got that right.
We're rounding up. We're going to play that.
There you go. 72.
But anyway, guys, welcome into a great show. We're fixing to have a great show tonight. Mitchell, before I get over to the sheriff here, do you have anything locally? I know that coming from the track, you probably wasn't quite prepared because you were worried about slipping from that 8th place to maybe 5th place.
Yeah, I was wanting to move up.
I know you
want
are.
to move up.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, I'm probably going to be still in 8th to 6th place if we get the race in September to the 12th.
Right.
I might be able to move up a little bit, but trying to get in the top 5 is probably not going to happen now.
Oh, wow.
So, but still will qualify to go to division finals. That's going to take place in Rockingham, North Carolina. I've qualified plenty of times to go race in divisional finals and never went.
You should go.
But this year I'm going to try to go up there.
I think you should. What do you think, guys? You should.
I
think you should,
of course.
especially since
It's
you're right
worth
there.
it. Reward
Well,
yourself.
the good thing is, if you win up there at divisional race, you get to go to Pomona, California. And I think you automatically, as long as you show up and make your first pass, they give you $3,500.
Wow.
So
One pass, $3,500?
you got to make it there and do the first round eliminations, and you're guaranteed $3,500.
Pretty sure my car can do that.
Yeah.
What a lot of people do, don't laugh, is since they're so far away from Pomona,
Right.
they will fly into L.A.,
Yeah.
they'll get them a rental car,
Right.
they'll go up there to Pomona, they'll race the rental car
Of course
to
they
get
will.
that money.
Yeah, they don't care about the
Never
rest
buy a
of
rental car from California.
Never buy anything.
And I promise, if I go out there and I have to rent one, it will not be a Prius.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, stop. I stopped.
What do you got for us, Mitchell?
Well, I want to let you know that we've had another correctional officer to pass away with the Florida Department of Corrections due to the coronavirus. This happened this past week, and we hate to see those numbers like that. But, we have such a high rate of inmates that are getting the coronavirus. And, hey, correctional officers, they have to be there in that line of work to provide security
Right.
for us out here to make sure those criminals stay in behind locked doors. Also, to go ahead and let you know that the City of Stark has canceled its Tuesday, August the 25th meeting due to the storm. So
Right.
even though it's not going to affect us now, that it has been canceled.
It's been postponed to Wednesday
To Wednesday?
at
Okay.
the conference center.
Right.
So Wednesday, it will be at the conference center. Also, want to let you know that softball signups are going on. They started today on the 22nd, and they will continue all the way through to September the 5th. So if your child wants to participate in softball, the City of Stark will keep that going. I know we had some other communities around us shut their programs down
Right.
for the year, but the City of Stark is going to move on. So if your kids want to play, get them signed up. Also in our school system, we've had now another case pop up at the Bradford Middle School of COVID-19, and they have sent some students home to be quarantined. So now we've had the Bradford Middle School has been affected. Brooker Elementary Southside Elementary, and I heard now also possible case with the Bradford High School. You know, and I see some comments, some parents they're upset about, you know, why they're having to do this and that. Well, our school system gave all the parents a lot of options
Yep.
for the parents to pick, and my hats off to the school board for doing that, and our school superintendent. And I tell you what, my children, they attend the brick and mortar, and it's just one of those things that we're faced with, that we're having to put up with. You know, hey, it's like this. If we go to Walmart,
I kept your notes. There they are right there, huh? You like that?
oh yeah. If you go to Walmart, you can catch it. If you go to the beach, you can catch
Sure.
it. If you go to the lake, you can catch
These
it.
kids
So-
don't necessarily always catch it from school. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't know where they're getting
But
it
you know,
from.
everybody's taking the precautionary steps, and we've got options, and we all know that. And I'm telling you, our health department here, I got to give kudos to the kids in the school. That they're a small agency, and then they're exhausted. I mean, I talk to, we meet on a regular basis here with emergency management and deal with all the issues. That's a team of professionals, but they are really, you can tell the long run has been tough, but they've stood
Right.
strong.
They've done
Yeah.
some really great work, you know, and to let everybody know, the school will not contact you if your kid has been around someone with COVID at the schools. It will be your health department that will call and notify you.
Right.
So, and you know, you just need to follow this protocol that is put in place for your kids and also for your family. Also, want to speak on about our bypass out here. I've actually called and talked to Bobby Payne's office. She's going to be trying to get back in contact with me by next week about changing the speed limits right before the traffic lights.
Yes.
There's no reason for them to be 65 miles an hour
Coming up to a traffic light.
coming up to a traffic light.
Give you a perfect example. Happened to me Friday. Coming to that light in my work van, driving 65 miles per hour. Traffic is stopping. I'm slowing down to stop. Guy comes flying around me in an F-250 work truck and just had to have been doing 85 miles per hour when he came around me like that because he didn't want to be behind me and get behind that center.
Right.
I thought, you're going to kill yourself.
I just real quick, Mitchell, before you get back on that story, I just want to give you some numbers. Here's how, and even Gordon said this about our show, where we've seen it progress in the last 2 years. Michael had 50 on his watch party. Dave had 46. Yeah, I think John had 46 or 48. How many you got?
I'm not on a watch party.
No, but you're on straight. But we're 42 here, and then you don't have your watch party right now. And Gordon's going straight up. What did he show? Gordon, about 42 there, 43? 43. So, you know, the show's getting around. The show is well known within this region for sure, within this state. And it's getting around even in the southeast region and further. We've had fits from all over the world and all over the country. So we will tell you how to get on the show if you want to be a part of it.
Yeah. And on YouTube, our show on YouTube,
Right.
we have reached 50 subscribers.
50 subscribers.
We
just
got,
subscribe.
it's hard to get subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, it is.
And we're growing. We had 20, then we moved up to 30, and now we're at 50.
So that number is almost doubled there, Sheriff. So people knows about this show. People know what we do. This show is all about you guys. So anything that you got for us, we've got the Sheriff on tonight. Ask the question. Hey,
That's
here
what
we
I'm here
go.
for. That's what I'm
Hey,
here for.
that's what he's here for. If he can't answer it, I guarantee you, he'll tell you. He'll try to find the answer for you, and we'll have it for you. Either he will bring it or he will give it to us to answer. That's for sure. So, Jason Donzon says it would take a lot more than $3,500 for me to get to California.
I'll tell you what, if I go out there, I promise you it'll be about 3 days and I'll be on my way back to the house. I've been out there once before, probably back around 2000, and that was enough for me in the traffic. I mean, I was right outside of L.A., a little town called, well, it's not really a little town compared to what we've got, Mission Diego. And to get from probably L.A. to Pomona area, it probably took me 2.5 hours. And I tell you, that's not very many miles in between there.
No.
So I could probably walk it a whole lot quicker than it was
You
to
probably
drive
could.
it. But Yeah, it's a mess out there. I don't have no plans of moving out there.
Well, there's a whole lot of good people in California. I don't want to.
Right.
That's right.
Tag everybody the same way.
Right.
But I was praying in the Trump's border wall, they was going to extend it right over to California, the border there. Kind of drop in flyers, and let the good people get out.
If you look at the map of California, it's kind of crazy when you look at how they vote.
Oh yeah.
The majority of it's red, and you have these blue splotches.
Yes.
That are
Kind of like Florida.
Kind of. The only difference is the population of LA County is what gives them that.
Gives it
edge.
yeah.
It is. There's a lot of good people, a lot of good sheriffs I've met from out there. It's a lot of good chiefs. I mean, there's good people.
Sheriff, I'm gonna tell you one thing that's great over in California, man. When it's really kicking, is them beaches.
I don't know. I'm kind of fond of Florida myself.
No, well, I am too. But what I'm saying is if you.
What better can you get than Sampson Beach?
No way.
Santa Fe Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it, bro.
Heck yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
you know,
they get no better than that.
It's better in Bradford, I promise you.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love it. What else you got for us?
Bradford
Also,
Beach.
back on traffic,
Samson.
we've been talking a lot about State Road 121B, about putting that flashing beacon up. I actually talked to a gentleman with FDOT this past week, and he said they're actually going to redo a survey there. And I think they're redoing that survey is because we got the RV park. And one of the things I told him, I says, now when they do that, they need to also see about getting the egress done for people to get back on 100 head toward Keystone, because it's going to be kind of hard
And
to get
the
to
motorhomes with their cars being pulled behind it, those type of things, we've got to have a lot of work at that intersection.
That's right.
It's going to become very, very, very dangerous.
So hopefully that all comes back as to putting regular traffic signals in that area. And they did confirm that we were still going to get those flashing warning signs for 100 and 144th. Still looking about this month.
Mitchell, I can't thank you enough for half of us. You really
Yeah.
on top of calling. He does a lot of leg work that, and today I say thank you for breakfast.
Oh, it's no problem. And the reason why I do it is because, I travel that road. My kids
Family
are in the
travels
car, going back and forth to school.
Right.
And I don't want anybody to get hurt. If we can help stop an accident, that's great. And save a life. We can't save them all, and we can't stop all the accidents. But trying to work with Bobby Payne's office, work with the sheriff here, and with FDOT to make these things happen. It's great, and it gives me a lot of accomplishment. When I can save people's life.
Well, it gives you a lot of confidence, too, that you can go to the sheriff or go to Bobby Payne or any of these guys, man, and they've almost got like an open door policy. Yeah. Go in there and tell them your problem. Hey, they're going to work on it. And, man, these things just don't get done overnight.
Right.
We know it takes time. But, what I like about you is you stay on top of it. You give us an update and follow up what's going on.
And I will lay off of them, for a couple of weeks or a month or so, and then I'll call back and say, hey, what's going on? Where we're at on this,
Don't make yourself
not
a
let
nuisance.
it, and not let it slip their mind, because it is very important to keep people safe.
We have a comment I think we need to respond to.
Yes, all of us. Yeah.
All of us. Tammy Testone says, Albie says hi from his hospital bed.
Albie, hello.
Albie, speedy recover, Albie.
Yes, sir.
This is, Sheriff, this is Albie's favorite show.
I know.
Yeah.
We've been over there. I've been
here many times, every time. This is Albie's favorite
I hope
show.
I get to personally meet the young man. I really do.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Maybe we all could meet him.
This COVID
That
stuff
would be
get
great.
over and
Yeah.
make sure we get a chance for that young man.
Yeah, we sure should. So I want to say what Jason Dodge says. The school board has done a great job to keep us all safe. Thank you. Beth Griffin, Kenny Miracle, Todd Jordan, Thomas Nodak, Ellen Collingwood, Adam Hudson, Maggie Wiggs, and Michael McKenzie. Congratulations to all you guys. Appreciate your help.
And speaking of what Mr. Dodds was talking about, this whole thing of having every child having an assigned seat, both on the bus and the classroom,
Right.
where they sit at the lunchroom, that is the best thing they could have came up with. I know the kids probably don't like it, but it's the best
Well, I can
thing
tell you,
for
my
them.
mama was a bus driver. I always had an assigned seat.
Yeah.
In hand reach. And you raised my boy to that bus.
Yeah.
That hand reach, that swinging arm. I was the first one on the bus and the last one to get off. But yeah, we got assigned seats.
Sheriff Raymond wants to know if he could use about a dozen traffic cones.
I got that, Raymond. I'm glad you mentioned that. Please remind me during the week before Friday gets here. I will assure you we'll get those cones. Myself and Jason Dodds, whatever we got with the road department. That is, and I'm going to tell you, just a quick, if you don't mind.
Sure, go for it.
This campaign season got left with some campaign funds left over. And, of course, so Raymond, I want to let you know what's left of our campaign. Team Smith has decided that we're going to donate that to the food pantry. And,
This is going to help.
We're trying to help get the haircut.
Yeah, to get that real estate.
I'm a little jealous, so I would like to see those with hair get cut off. Nothing personally, guys, but
you know I love you, don't you, buddy?
Right. Raymond, so we're going to do some things there.
Wow,
and
nice.
the food pantry is dear to me, and I want to give credit to Sheriff Milner and stuff. Some of the formers, these people put in a ton of work, and I can't stress you enough. And when you do what we do each and every day, and you see families out there in need, I'm glad school is back in because there's a lot of these kids that really people understand. Albeit aside, take the politics out of it. We all care about our children. I think everybody loves their kids as much as most. There's a few that don't out there, but I'm gonna tell you that structure and that system is what those kids need. I truly believe that with all my heart.
About some of the traffic issues.
Okay. All right, we're back. We're back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Hey, we're back. Yeah, you ain't kidding. We're back on the spot with David Rodgers. Sorry, we had just a little bit of a feed problem right here, and it looks like we may have it again, Dave. Yeah.
So they can still hear you. So
all right. Okay. So we're going to continue on. You won't be able to see us live until the feed comes back, but we are here. David Rodgers, Byron Bagwell, John Prose, Michael Heater, Dave Holland, Sheriff Gordon Smith, the re-elected Sheriff Gordon Smith, Mitchell Gunner from Racing, and myself, David Rodgers, your host. Let us continue on. But anyway, Vince Tucker from Arizona. Have you ever watched this show? Is he in Tucker?
We talking about it. I just didn't
well, it comes on at 10:30 at night, so it's the only thing. I mean, for like, there you go. Yeah, you got that right. But you can watch it again. They're like us. So anyway, Janet rolls on. Noah Gibson said it is inevitable that that's the main point on the Wuhan virus. The weather is messing up my feed bad.
It's here too.
It's here too, man.
We're fighting the same thing.
See, I just lost all those comments.
Say hello to Coach Steve Hoard.
Hey, Coach Hoard.
Yeah,
it's always good.
Yeah, he's been going through some illnesses and stuff. So,
love kids, man.
He does, man. Great guy from Union County. Used to be here. Noah Gibson says, I'm looking forward to that. Jeff Riggins from Lake City, worked with him over there. Yes. They even get Arizona viewers. Lots of talking about us. Yeah, we do. There ain't enough money to make me want to go back out to Cali. Traffic is ridiculous, Renee says. Get rid of the commies ruining California. Sheriff, we could use about a dozen traffic cones. You got that right. Kim Lee's watching. Don Bailey says, Gordon's mom was a great lady, always took time to talk to me. That's what I hear. I hear that Gordon's mom was always, I don't think I ever met her, did I? No. I never met her, but I hear that about that she always took time to talk to any student and everybody.
And you know what, the hard part for me this campaign season, I lost her right after the last campaign season 4 years ago. Yeah. The 19th will be 4 years officially in regards to it, but she was always the organizer. She was the, got things done, got it moving. So I really missed her this campaign season. But at the end of the day, when you lay your head in that pillow and you go, you know what? She didn't miss a thing. She was right there. She was right there the whole time. So
had that finger.
That gives you the smile. And there's certain things I want to do or fire back. No, she probably wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, you're right. Raymond No says on your contribution, he says outstanding. Thanks, Gordon, for that. Dwight Allen says awesome, Sheriff. Tammy Testone said he would love to meet you guys. He is in quarantine right now, as my mom always said. This too shall pass. Love you guys. And it will, and you're exactly right. Sheriff, do you have any well-deserved vacation plans? This is from Mark Udi.
Basically, I've told my wife to pick a spot. Let's do it here shortly. We can get away. Right during early voting, I had to take off for a wedding in Ohio for my half brother.
Right.
He's lost his mother, of course, the Demi family. So my brothers and I decided we would fly in for his wedding, and then did that. That was a short stop, which I probably needed.
Yes, you did.
Got to get away, and then now the wife, we're going to pick up something. We just don't know with the kids and ball and sports,
Right.
But we're going to find something to get away. But I'll be honest with you, this is what I love doing. So when you love doing it every day,
Right.
you get past the campaign stuff, because the campaign stuff just kind of gets in the way of
Right.
everything's under a microscope.
Yeah.
And people politicize everything, but at the end of the day, you really enjoy it. Is it really
A job?
Is it really? I mean, I love helping people. I'm a people person.
Right.
So it's being involved. I'm always scared I'm going to miss something, in regards to it. And then I seen his rested comment down there. It says,
Yes.
Has anyone heard what's going on with Sheriff David Daniels lately? I don't know. He got defeated in the last election. There's a lot of speculation on that, but put all that aside, Clay County's elected who they want to represent them. And Michelle Cook, known her for years. She's worked in Jacksonville, police chief, consummate professional. Daryl Daniels is a friend. I'm not afraid to say he was a friend of mine. And I wish him the well in his future endeavors. I know that the chief deputy has now stepped down to move on. And sometimes it's best to do what's in the interest of the people you serve. And I think right now they're moving in that direction.
Good deal. All right. I hope that answered your question there, Mark Hootie. Robert Griffiths says, "Go Noles." Do you know why that is?
Yeah. Go Noel. But let me tell you something. I'm not a Noel fan.
Right. But you love his son.
But let me tell you, I am a Josh Griffiths fan.
Yes, I am. Big country.
Maybe it's a big country. I've followed him since he was a kid.
Yeah.
His family and my family are close.
Yeah.
He's just a great young man from
Yes.
Bradford County. And, of course, I'll be there watching because Stephanie's going to be there.
Of
so I got no
course.
choice.
Of
In regards
course.
to it, she'll be loud and proud and rooting because she knows that young man as well.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he's going to be something. I truly believe. And he's got great family behind him and great support.
Katrina and Robert, let me tell you what, two great people. His sisters are good
Oh, yeah.
people. All of
it's
them,
gonna be-
all his cousins are great people.
That kid shows that hard work pays
Yeah.
off.
Shelley is really, really good friends with Katrina, probably call her best friend.
Yep.
And they both work at the high school together. The only thing, Byron, that I wish would have happened would have been if Josh would have stayed at Bradford. But do you think Sheriff, if he'd have stayed, that he would have still got those offers?
He comes from a school that you get looked at more probably so than Bradford, but he's such an outstanding athlete, and there would have been people looking.
Yeah.
I have but we can't go back and speculate.
No, you can't.
If as a parent, you've got to give your kid the best opportunity you can.
Yes, you can.
And Robert and Katrina made a lot of sacrifices.
Yes, they did.
But they gave him the best opportunity as any parent will want for their
Right.
kid. And to that I say thank you for them, and it's going to pay off and it's going to show.
Yeah,
And it's going to be fun to watch.
it is.
Now, there's a possibility he probably mounted out, went to Florida State, but I think he would have still went to a Division I school.
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's Florida, Florida State, I think
Yeah.
in Miami, any of those schools. Byron?
And he could not have picked a better school to go to.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
He could not have.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Now let me
I'm
ask
arguing that one.
Gordon, have you talked to them because they are now Knowles fans?
Yeah, they will be for 4 years. I get it. I mean, I understand.
You think they'll go back to being Gator fans after that?
Everybody's a Gator at heart.
The SEC referees.
You're
wanted
either
to
a
throw
Gator
flags
or
on
you're
us.
Gator bait, brother. There's no ways around it.
Okay. I get you.
Flag, I'm throwing it back.
Hey, let me ask something. Is Stephanie on tonight? I haven't seen her.
She was on earlier.
Was she? She is? Did she find her cheese? Our block cheese.
I think she might have let us down. Everybody keeps talking about they know where to get it, but we haven't found it because if she does, I'd be eating it.
We're supposed to make something.
I know. We got to have her.
Yeah, we got to have you, Steph. We got to have you.
Nikki actually found the pork in the can.
She found the pork.
Yes,
Really?
she did.
Where'd she find that at?
I'm going to have to ask her and I'll let you know.
That's that pork that you were talking about, wasn't it?
We grew up poor. People don't understand. Mama raised 4 boys by herself.
Right.
You know, four mean, rotten, eating boys that, if we understand commodities. We had to have a help. I mean, Mama was doing the best she could. And those are some of the best memories of my life. So I have no qualms about it, man. If I can get some of that government cheese, I'd be happy. I mean,
I want to taste
it
it.
sticks to your ribs. It shows. Look.
Sticks to your ribs.
I mean, hey.
Oh,
Your
God.
ribs, your guts.
That's everything else.
Calls you sweat, call you up.
You don't have to ask them because now you got Gordon intrigued
I
now.
know she walked in the house and said, "Hey, look what I found."
I want to. Yeah, we got to find her. She found that.
Yeah.
You didn't bring it for us?
No.
I don't believe you got to bring
You
it
want
up.
to be here
Yeah,
on Tuesday?
Yeah, there's no Indian saying about cheese, don't you?
What's that?
I can't say.
All right.
Yeah.
Joining in on the watch party, Jay Rawlers and Sam Williams. Lou Doucette, is that right?
That's correct.
Lisa Alvarez Rogers and Tanner Foreman. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. On the spot with
Stephanie,
David Rodgers.
Stephanie just came back.
What does she say?
She just came
She better
back
come up
in.
with something with that cheese.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie, we're talking about the cheese, and I was wondering if you ever found the block cheese. So Gordon says you're working on it.
There's plenty of cheese around here already, so
Yeah, it's been happening quite a bit for the last hour and 7 minutes. But anyway, welcome in, guys, to On the Spot with David Rodgers. We've got our sheriff, re-elected sheriff, Sheriff Gordon Smith, with us. Glad that y'all could be tuning in tonight. I know the weather's not great outside. So when the weather's not great outside, hey, at this time you can watch a movie or you can tune in On the Spot with David Rodgers. And you ought to tune in On the Spot with David Rodgers.
Yeah, we're more entertaining.
We're more, that's exactly right.
And it's real. There's
And
no
it's real, yeah. It doesn't scripted.
live.
Live. Hey, live off the. Who throws a flag in the middle of a show?
An SEC referee.
An SEC referee.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a flag.
Yeah. He's watching you.
Harassment.
He's watching you. Harassment there.
Or
You know,
Big
get
Ten,
you-
one of the two.
Yeah. And here
Either
goes
way.
Dwight Allen. Go Gators. Good grief, Dwight. I knew there was something I didn't like about you. Nah, but I can let it pass, Dwight. I love you.
You know that argument's been going
on for years.
Me and him
Yeah, for years. All right. Mitchell, anything else on the local
Yeah,
front?
I've
before we-
got one other thing. I want to thank the sheriff here for putting some deputies out there at 144th and 100.
Yeah.
I see them parked
Yeah.
in there every once in a while, and actually that will deter those people coming out of the handy way, making that funky little left-hand turn and then getting back on 144th Street. So we appreciate it. very much.
I don't know. We just routine patrol.
Just for routine patrol. I do have a question somebody told me to ask you while I was at the polls in Lottie. They wanted me to ask you, without giving away, I guess, command secrets or whatever, I guess, or patrol secrets. They want to know how often the Bradford County Sheriff's Department at night between the hours of 10 and 6 do they patrol the Lottie area.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And what happens is we have a north-south zone, a supervisor, and then a roamer, because
Right.
the way our county's cut like a piece of pie.
Right,
We're
right.
300 square miles. And without giving any secrets, and what happens is here's a couple of things that people don't know. In the morning time, if they're not on call, you got to be in school zone. So it's just kind of one of those random.
Okay. All
People
right.
say, well, in the morning time, they're speeding, they're passing buses. Well, you can't be everywhere. We try to put them in the school zones, kind of slow them down where the biggest traffic is at. Then what happens is we have what they call, in the patrol room, they have different streets they pick to patrol. People that call in and say, hey, there's speeders on my road. Well, usually when the green and white striped car's there, they'll all drive like they're supposed to the minute you leave. So what happens is we try to give everybody that has a complaint in the area for speeding,
Right.
for that month, they'll kind of try to pick and pick that street. When they're not on the call, go to that street and do traffic enforcement. Now, some days it don't work out. They get real busy.
Right.
Other days you can see them a lot because there's not as much going on.
Right.
But we try to be fair to everybody because remember this, our number one complaint is traffic.
Right.
People don't understand
Right.
that. Our
Right.
number one call-in complaint is about traffic. Now, if you get a ticket, we're doing too much traffic. I hear that. And I had a businessman one day when I first ran for sheriff. You know, I was the police chief. I let the police chief start. And he says, I can't believe y'all are writing all them tickets and you're trying to become the sheriff. Did you realize that's so-and-so? And we sat there and we finished on, I like to eat with my morning breakfast club. And I'm eating breakfast and about this time another lady comes in and says, Chief, can I see you? And she lit me up. I need people on my road. The traffic is bad. They're doing this, they're doing that, just on and on and on. And she left, and he looked at me and said, I guess that traffic thing's a double-edged sword. If we're writing tickets, we're doing
Yeah.
too much, and if they don't see you, we're not doing enough. And so it is, but you've got to have a balance. You can have too much police as well as not enough, and you've got to find that happy balance somewhere.
Right.
In regards not just traffic, but traffic is a big crime deterrent. Where
Right.
people see police cars, they usually don't like to be around. So you've got to have a balance, and it's finding that balance. And with that, I'm happy to say, but during this election season, we went back and found out that since I took office, with major crimes that gets tracked by the FBI and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, we were able to reduce crime by 57%. It's finding that balance.
Yeah.
You know, we were shocked ourselves when we did the math and we go, ooh, hey, that's something to finally run. You know, you can run that. And are you safe? You're safer today than you were yesterday, but it takes constant. It fluctuates a few percent a year.
So what you're saying is results, not rhetoric.
Results, not rhetoric, and we had a good record to run on. So that's what we did. You know, and showing the mileage that we put on cars that we averaged, and most deputies on a night shift will average somewhere in the neighborhood of about 200 miles a shift.
Right.
Traveling their county. Daytime, not as much. There's more calls during the day than there are at night.
Right.
Different type calls. People responding, office stuff, break, a lot of different stuff than what you have during the nighttime. So there is a difference in night and day. And we're just blessed, man. I'm telling you, Bradford County is really doing good. Got a lot of exciting things coming up in the future for the sheriff's office.
Right.
Our new comm center almost been newly renovated. You know, that was a 2019 appropriations from the state. Thanks to Bobby Payne and Senator Bradley, we were able to get that. We had to go through the process, but we're just days away from being able to move into a new state-of-the-art communications center.
That
It's
looks
going to be, it's nice in there. It's really looking good, and at no cost to the taxpayers. So we've got a lot of stuff. Our fire department and EMS look like they're finally going to merge, be able to streamline those services. So that's going to be a plus for Bradford County. And we've got a lot of exciting things moving into the right direction.
I gotcha. Hey, Dwight Allen wanted to know something because Byron don't like them. Do you like liver and onions?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you? Dwight Allen wants to know when we're going to go get some liver and onions.
Let's do it. Let's go. Man,
Let's go.
Man.
Do you?
I'm telling you, that's good eating right there.
Yeah.
There's a country buffet in Lake City.
Old Country Side Buffet.
I know right where it's at.
Yeah.
You know me, don't I look like a buffet boy?
Oh man!
I'm probably
You want-
which
Do we want to go?
like
We'll get together and go. But Dwight, we'll get together and go. I promise you we will. You like liver and onions too, don't you?
No, not really.
No, not really.
You like fried chicken, don't you?
I'm more pigtails and rice or pigtails and greens.
There you
They got
I
it,
don't
bro.
know if I saw pigtail. Did they have pigtail?
I don't know if they had pigtails. They had the greens though.
They had the greens.
They had
It looked
the
like it had
greens.
ham
It's just
hock
pork.
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
It
It's
was
pork.
It was good. Mm.
Yeah, there you go. Joining in on the watch party, David Diaz, Carl Harness from Tampa, John Marty from the Villages. Look at here, man. And Sheriff, man.
I'm
I'm telling you, Jeff Schaefer is on. Want to thank you guys for tuning back in. We lost a little bit of a feed for just a few moments, but we've got our newly re-elected sheriff, Sheriff Gordon Smith, with us. Give it up, boys, for our Sheriff Gordon Smith. That's our man right there.
Oh, I did want to say something real quick
Yeah,
about the speeding tickets.
yeah.
I'm going to say something real quick, and he's rolling his eyes, but I'm going to quote a very wise man. He said, those people that complain about their speeding tickets don't follow the law. Because guess what? That is the law, and they should be enforced. People that used to complain about Waldo and Lottie, well, if you obeyed the law, you wouldn't get a speeding ticket.
It's that simple.
And I can thank my father for that. Because he used to get spitting mad when he saw somebody on TV 20, or one of the people in Jacksonville going, speed trap, speed trap, speed trap. The speed limit's posted. You didn't follow it. They enforced the law.
A trap is when you lure somebody in. But out there, you're not luring them in.
Right.
Yeah,
They have a decision to make, a choice.
that's right. That's it.
Hey,
That's it.
how about
It's a
this?
choice.
Gotten so popular that it was a segment on 60 Minutes. Y'all remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Segment on 60 Minutes.
I remember you used to
Yeah,
have a big bill.
them and Waldo both, right? I know
yeah.
Lottie for sure, and I believe Waldo, they did Waldo as well. And
I
then,
never thought Waldo was or Lottie was
Yeah.
anywhere near as bad as Waldo.
yeah, no, but it was, and because of the chief being there. How long was the chief there?
51 years.
51 years, and that's why
Elected.
60 Minutes, yes,
And he's in the Guinness Book of World
World Records.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Well,
So that's why they hit that, and I figured, but Waldo, definitely bad as well.
I never had a speeding ticket either
Yeah.
one of them. And I drove through both of them all the time.
I say the same.
I'm glad you didn't say that about 4 or 5 days ago.
AAA also post a warning for those speed
Oh,
traps.
yes, they did.
And I think that had a lot to do with the dissolving of Waldo Police Department and having Washington County take it over.
Which was a horrible mistake, but that's my opinion.
Listen, I drive through there almost every day, and Alachua County is always sitting behind that restaurant.
Mm.
Always got somebody pulled over.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't never got a speeding ticket in Lottie or Waldo.
He said
So
just Lordy or Waldo.
Yeah.
You,
Did you get one in start? Hey, have you got one in start?
I neither
confirm
deny or confirm.
Drink the fifth, Dave. Plead the fifth.
I am glad to tell you I've only had one speeding ticket in my life, and it was nowhere near around here, Alachua County.
It was in Alachua County.
That is
Really?
around.
But it's around.
I'm thinking another state when you say.
And I pull on the side of the road, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. This is when they wasn't required.
Oh.
So I reached up there. Well, you know what? Yes, they were required. So I reached up there and I put my seatbelt on. He come back. He's like, I appreciate you pulling over and waiting on me so I wouldn't have to run you down. I says, no problem. He says, you know how fast you're going? I said, yes, sir, I do. And I says, I just was just thinking and wasn't paying attention. And he's like, can you tell me an answer? I'm fixing to give you this question too. I said, yes, sir. He says, was you wearing that seatbelt when I went by? I says, no, sir, I was not. He said, you just got yourself out of a speeding ticket.
Honestly.
And he said, I'm going to write you a ticket for a seatbelt, though.
I'm going to tell you one funny or not, that same area. My wife was with me, by the way. We got stopped, and on the back I had that little sheriff sticker.
Right.
Worked for the sheriff's office. Guy stops, walks up the car. He looks, he says, hey, he says, you law enforcement? I said, yes, sir. He said, where? I said, Bradford County. He said, I need to call your sheriff. I said, no, sir, please don't. And I said, you know, he's not a very nice guy. I said, he's not matter. And I said it with an explicit. The guy looked at me and said, well, then slow it down. I said, yes, sir. And my wife was like, why didn't you tell him you was a sheriff?
I'll tell you what, my oldest son, Damien, he is the best. It's like as soon as that he hits that seat, that seatbelt's clicked. Before any of that car moves,
He got it clicked.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's an ad going around on like Pandora and the radio stations and all that, and it basically says, "Would you go skydiving without a parachute, or would you ride a roller coaster without pushing the harness down?"
Yeah.
So why would you drive a car without a seatbelt?
Right.
Well, there you go, and that's exactly.
And you're of a generation that grew up with it. Some of us here are a little older that
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah, nobody
We
wore.
rode the back of pickup trucks, laid up on the back decks,
Yeah.
traveling across the country. Never thought about, of course, cars were big steel cars back then, but
Right.
you know those type things. And we were one of those. It was just that generational thing. Change.
Right.
Well, and I mean, especially down in Tampa, a lot of the accidents that we have are young people that don't wear their seatbelts.
Yes.
Around my age, they get ejected out of the car. And
Yep. Happens. We've seen it
Happens all the
many,
time.
many times.
Yeah, we've seen it when I was in school with one of my good friends.
Right.
Yep.
I was like, this is it's good enough for you to wear on the track. It's good enough for you to wear going down the highway.
Yeah.
Stephanie Smith and Lisa Terry are back on. Stephanie, did you ever find our block cheese? Right, Gordon? We
That's
asked
right.
about the block cheese.
It's all on her.
Yeah, it's all on her on this one, right?
That's all on her.
Okay, Steph, did you find our block cheese yet? We need, because we don't have a cooking show day. When we find that block cheese, me and Stephanie, we're going to have us all around, and me and Stephanie's going to go in there and do a cooking show.
When I was in
What were we going to cook, Gordon? Do we know yet? Does she know?
Whatever she wants, I can probably buy it.
Whatever. Whatever. Hey, I'm just going along with the flow. Yeah, you got that right. Whatever we can do with that cheese. Hey, macaroni and cheese, whatever. So, but anyways, maybe she'll answer us and see what we got going on. Jeff Riggins, yes, I hope you're feeling better. Jeff, let me tell you a little story. I work with Jeff. Jeff always comes on our show like some of the other Lake City guys. A couple of weeks ago, Gordon, he comes to me. We got different shifts when different people start. So when a lot of these guys get sick or don't feel good or they get hurt, they come in and sit with me in the supply room and the accessories room. So anyway, he comes in. He says, "Man, I just don't feel good." It's like, man, okay, you sure you ain't got the COVID? We went through everything. Well, you got to ask the question.
Yeah.
So you got to ask the question. He said, "No, man." He says, I just don't feel good. He says, "I just don't feel right." So he sat with me. We sent him home a couple of days. This happened for a couple of days. Finally, he says, "David, I got to go to doctor." It's like, okay, do it, man. You need to go and get yourself checked out. Thank goodness he did. Had a 60% blockage.
That's wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
60% blockage, so he had to have a stent, everything cleaned out and everything. I seen him the other day. He came in and I think he's going to be able to come back to work Monday, but he says he feels a lot better. He's dropped a lot of weight. He probably dropped 16, 17
Become more
pounds.
active.
Become more active. So I do want to say, Jeff, from all of us, we're glad that you're recovered. And thank you for saying that we all look good. Dave's really the good-looking one. But anyway, you won't see me Monday, brother, because I am off on Monday. I've got to go to the VA to get a double cortisone shot. Have you ever heard of a double?
Double. I know what
Yes.
I've had cortisone. Ain't no fun. But double.
They're going to put one in one side and one in the other. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it's because there's so much arthritis there, Gordon, that it's like it's caked there. You can't hardly see the kneecap. So that's probably why they're doing a double.
Wow.
Yeah. So the first one don't even feel good, so I know how the second one's going to feel. But I will not see you Monday, brother, but I will see you Tuesday.
Yeah, I had a double, but it wasn't a cortisone shot.
Yeah, I imagine, yeah.
I had a
double shot. That never.
I hurt my back one time, and they had to go in between 4 vertebrae, and they had to give me 4 shots.
Oh, goodness grief.
Gotta get
Jerry
back.
Feltner's watching. Say hello to Jerry.
Oh,
That's
Cuz.
That's Cuz.
Cuz.
Jerry, what's up, brother? Can't wait to see you here. We got the little party coming up. You know that, right?
We got a little judging
contest, don't we? Yeah.
Oh.
The ribs. Hey, we got to save ourselves for that?
Yeah, we got to save ourselves.
Ain't that next Sunday?
We're the judge, man. I'm judging.
Yeah, we're judging. It's next Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, next Sunday. Joe the judge.
Yeah.
For the ribs.
Yeah, boy. We'll let you in on that secret.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know real quick. I just talked to Nikki about where she got that can of
Yeah.
She said that she got it from her aunt from someplace over in Middleburg. So I asked her, do they have the cheese? And if they do, I'm trying to get her aunt to pick you up some cheese.
Amen.
Yeah, I want a
I
block
love
of
her
that.
aunt.
Love her hand already. So, watch party. Lonnie Atkins, Aaliyah Rubright. Hello, welcome in. All right, guys. Hey, it's been a great show so far. Wanted to get into a couple of things with you. We're good on the local, or you
I'm
got?
pretty much done.
Pretty much done?
We're going to skip the COVID.
Let's skip the
Tonight.
COVID. Let's skip the
Let's
COVID.
skip it.
Yeah, it's good.
The numbers are actually going down anyway.
Yes, they are.
There are less and less cases each day, so we're going to skip it.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Democratic National Convention tonight. What are we going to talk about?
We are going to talk about Mr. Bagwell's got a couple of topics that we're going to.
None of that
You want to talk about,
nauseating
you want to talk
mess.
about crickets, right?
So-
Because that's all I heard.
Mr. Bagwell, what you got for us, my brother?
Give me just 1 second.
All right. Well, while you're getting that 1 second, Michael, quick update on the weather while we got Mr. Bagwell. Just it's raining, right? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, thank you. It's raining.
Yeah.
Been a great show so far, hasn't it, man? Who you got on your watch party?
I got Jerry Feltner.
Yeah, so do I. Jerry's in.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
Noah Gibson.
Noah Gibson with his minions.
Jeff Riggins.
Yep.
Yeah. Dwight Allen.
Yeah.
And let me see. This gentleman here said Robert. What was that? Griffiths?
Robert Griffiths. Yeah. Go Nose.
Go Nose.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What you got for us, Big B? Let's get over to some. Let's get over to some politics and some national news and some national governmental news. What else you got for us?
Well, I just wanted to share something with everybody.
Okay.
I wanted to read this because it's very important to understand where the Democrat Party's coming from.
Okay. Okay.
The citizens of the United States have a right to work. That is, they are guaranteed the right to employment and payment for their work in the United States society. An elimination of the possibility of economic crisis, and it helps to the abolition of unemployment. Citizens of the United States have the right to rest and leisure. The right to rest, leisure is ensured by the reduction of, where did it go? Sorry. Of the workday to 7 hours, which they've changed again, talking about that. For the overwhelming majority of the workers, the institute of annual vacations with full pay for workers and employees are the provision of a wide network of sanatoria, rest homes, and clubs for the accommodation of the people, the working people. The citizens of the United States have a right to the maintenance of old age, and also in the case of sickness and capacity. I'm just giving you this because this is what we're talking about. Work. That's not the right one. I just lost it again. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
My phone keeps on breaking this.
Well, while he's looking at that, do you know that Florida has 11 million people unemployed right now? As of today, that is just absolutely nuts, isn't it? What are we, 21 or 23 million in the state?
Right at 23 million people.
That's crazy that almost half the people in this state
Yeah,
is almost
you got to remember, they're one of the highest retirement age states.
That's true.
And so you got to take that on top, which even actually makes it worse.
Right.
A lot of people are retired, living in retirement. So when you look at unemployment, this stuff is really affecting our country with the conditions that are still out there. Nobody really, and a lot of parents can't go back to work if their kids aren't back in school. A lot of schools haven't started back yet. They're just getting ramped up. They kept dragging it out, trying to come up with that state plan.
Right.
It's difficult, when you have so many people that have been affected and you look around, because we were you got to realize, 4 short months ago, the economy is the best it's ever been in this country.
That's exactly right.
And it's coming back.
The stock market numbers are coming back.
Yes.
So we're getting there. We're going, but I think we're going to recover at a rate faster than we've ever seen.
Yes, we will. And I'm going to tell you something else for everybody that's out there listening. The numbers right now during a pandemic are almost exactly the same as they were in 2016. Almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Before you go, watch party on Yancey Doll, Marie Emery, Gordon's favorite dispatcher, Alan Peacock.
There you go.
How about that?
Exactly. Gotta love Miss Marie.
There you go. There you go. Go ahead.
They have a right to maintenance and old age, and also in the case of sickness and loss of capacity to work, this right is ensured by the extensive development of social insurance of workers and employees at the state expense, free medical services for the working people, and the provision of a wide network of health resorts for the use of the working people.
Sounds socialist to me.
Sounds like to me.
Well, I mean, I could go on for probably another 20 minutes, but what I did with this is I started looking at what the Democrat Party platform was, and started looking at what Bernie Sanders was saying during the debates. It's almost identical. Yeah. And it's almost identical to what I just read. You know what that was from? That was not the Democratic Platform Party, although it's very, very similar. Because I can tell you somebody in the Democrat Party has plagiarized this. Mm-hmm. That was the Constitution of the USSR. that was part of the Constitution of the USSR. It sounds like and looks like and reads like exactly what the Democrats are planning on doing to the American public.
I tell you, you talk about that. You know, they're talking about Harris. If they get in there, she's going to come after your guns and your Second Amendment rights. So I had the person at work says, "Are you worried about the officers coming to your house and getting your firearms?" I said, "Not in Bradford County."
Not in Bradford County.
Not going to happen.
Not
Stand retire and stand with the citizens.
You know, here's the thing about this. That is that's absurd. That is never going to happen.
No.
That you can do whatever you want to, and some people will put up with things like assault weapons bans,
Right.
because we've had them before. I'm not saying that we will this time, but
My guns don't assault nobody.
Nobody.
They still
Right.
want it.
well, not only that, mine disappeared because somebody broke into my house and stole them.
Right.
So, I mean, but here's the thing about all of this that they're saying. This is not new. None of it's new. We've seen this all before. Those of us that were actually taught history and taught government and taught things like communism versus socialism, we've seen this. We've seen this in economics.
A versus C when I was in school.
Yep.
Americanism versus communism is what he's talking about. That was the name of the class.
Mm-hmm.
This party has leaned so far right, they are taking cues from the Constitution of the Soviet Republic, the USSR. I mean, that I just read from reads exactly like what they're talking about doing. And I'm telling you, Bernie Sanders, during his actual run
Right.
for the nomination for president, actually used parts of that. He plagiarized parts of the Constitution from the Soviet Union.
Wow.
Everybody just brushed right up underneath the rug.
But that goes right back to there's too many followers. They've been given everything. We did everything for the right intent. We did everything for the right intent. From when we first got Social Security for the working man,
Right.
it was supposed to be to help those people that worked their whole life and didn't have any income. They were getting older and older America, those
Right.
type things. Then we politicized it. Then we started giving it out for things we shouldn't have. We started giving all these other benefits. The welfare was created to help those families in need. And then it got politicized. Now we're giving the 7, 8, 9 generations down the road where they're learning to fill out a government assistance application before they learn how to fill out a job application.
That is exactly
We
right.
did all these things for the right reason, y'all, because
Right.
we're a good, God-fearing country.
Yeah.
Right.
And then what's happened is now they've come to expect the free phone, the free internet.
Yeah.
When I have a guy the other day that I went to his house that spoke to us, "Hey man, we walked out, I said, let me get your door." He said, "Nah, I pay $30 a month while I leave the door open or shut." It wasn't going to change. He's living in government housing. He's living, and this is someone my age. And he's like, "No, I pay the same light bill whether I leave the door open or closed." I'm thinking, dear God. It makes me flip every light off. So I'm thinking, this is what we've created.
Right.
That they just take, my pride would not allow me. It just, y'all, I catch myself flipping off lights at other people's houses because it's just habit. And,
Right.
you know, where you learn because we grew up poor, even if you have money. People that don't have money, that's how they have it.
Right.
That's
You
exactly
learn to
right.
save it. So I get this mentality. We didn't do it overnight. We're not going to fix it overnight.
No.
But this is
No.
something that we as Americans created. What happens is there's bad in everything that we've done. And when you politicize it, just like when the COVID first came out, they were working together for a few short days in Congress. Then it got
Right.
politicized, and now none of us know what to believe. Whether you're liberal, conservative, somewhere in between,
That's right.
none of us know really what to believe.
That's correct.
Oh, God.
I do want to say one thing about Social Security. Social Security really is not a socialist program.
No.
Social Security is a savings program for the American citizens. You put the money in.
Right.
It's your money.
It's your money. The corruption that has come in.
Bradford County Telegraph, Beth Tillman as well. Shade Hilton's on. Warren Batten's on. And Christopher Davis from Slice and Dice is on.
barbecue.
Oh my God, great food. Lost video, but audio's still on. But what I wanted to tell you was,
Trump is the president of the United States. Congress is responsible and has the purse strings.
right. That's exactly right.
I've heard people say, "Well, it's not produced under Donald Trump either." Well, that's because he doesn't have control of Congress.
Right.
We have a government that's split into three for a good reason.
Yep.
No party and no particular group has complete power unless we vote them all in.
Correct.
Right.
So, the other thing that I was sitting back looking at, we talked about the CC, that's the communists, the USSR and the Constitution of the USSR, and how the Democrat Party is actually using that Constitution as a platform to run on this time. I want to talk about something else that I promised Raymond Noe, I believe it was,
Yes,
that I was
you did.
going to talk about.
Yes.
And that's mail-in voting.
Oh, yeah.
And there has been several great analogies that have been made to this. If you won $1 million on a scratch-off ticket, would you put that ticket in an envelope and mail it off to the lottery building in Tallahassee so you could get someone sitting across from me tonight? If the people of Bradford County didn't want him here, they would have voted him out.
Right.
You can bet those that didn't want me here showed up.
Okay, the majority of people. Let me rephrase that. That term was generalized. The majority of the people in Bradford County didn't want him here. He wouldn't be sitting here
Correct.
talking about
You're absolutely correct.
talking about how he won the sheriff's race. It's your responsibility to go vote. Unless you have some reason that you can't go vote, you can't physically go vote.
Yep.
She was forced out of office so she wouldn't be charged. Cost one of the Republican rising stars his basically seat in the Congress. He no longer lives in Florida. He lives in Texas, by the way, and they've nominated him to.
Because you know what? Byron, I know he's going to hate this as soon as I say it.
I'm not going to hate it either.
Yes, you are, because we've talked about this.
Which what?
If that happens, and these numbers, like he said, we can't get to a president within 2, 3, 4 days.
That's unconstitutional,
I'm
man.
telling you, it can happen.
I am telling you that is unconstitutional. If they do that,
That's
and I was going to finish it.
before.
And no, it's never stopped it before. Let me say it, Byron, before I do it. Nancy Pelosi will become president of the United States until all this is figured out.
Gordon, you best come get me if that happens. Is all I got to say.
You do know this, right? You do realize this, right?
And she's
You
going
will
to be
find me somewhere
and
on
she's
the mall
going
in
to
a
be eating
ghillie suit.
expensive ice cream too.
Oh, she's going to be eating her expensive ice cream
Out of
now.
her
But I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
No, you can't do that. That's unconstitutional. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that the Speaker of House can become the President of the United States, with the exception of if the President and the Vice President dies. She
So
cannot
who's
be
running our country?
the
Wow. Well, you even told me yourself. Who's running the country when they're recounting these votes? You got 4 political candidates
The
that are
answer,
still...
the answer is Donald Trump.
He stays in.
He stays in until January. He's not sworn in until the
Okay, all right,
The
that's
answer,
true.
The answer
Okay,
Donald Trump
that is
until
true.
You can't get rid of
That
that
is
until it's
true.
really in
What
its
if this goes on into January then?
the
He's
shooting
still-
stars?
He's still in.
Right.
I
I don't think so. I think it turns... I'm telling you, the Speaker of the House will get into it. The Speaker of the House. If this goes on to January, she will become the President of the United States. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know how long that will last, but she is next in line. You can't sit there and tell me she is.
Well,
She is. Of course she's-
January 20th is
It's inauguration day.
His inauguration.
His inauguration day. Right. If this goes on, which we know that all this stuff could happen.
No, it won't.
So I'm saying it could. You're saying it won't. I'm just saying it could.
You it won't.
Okay.
If you think this is bad, you get the group of people.
I'm on your side.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying it could.
This country is going to
Could.
have. David, here's the thing about this.
Coming back.
Are we coming back?
We're back.
Oh.
That is the thing about this, David. We'll just keep on going with the conversation that we had.
Yeah, that we were going.
This is the thing about this. If you think about this logically,
Right.
and you really want to follow the Constitution,
Right.
and there's a lot of people that are not going to like me for saying this,
Okay.
we never really had the ability to vote for president in the first place.
I agree. I will agree with you on that.
And lawyers will fight this. Constitutional lawyers will fight this. They will say, no, what needs to happen is the electoral college members need to come out of each state.
Right.
They need to come to the Congress,
Mm-hmm.
and they need to vote for who they think is going to be the best president, and also who is going to be the best vice president. That's how it was originally done. And that's how it should happen again, since we can't decide.
But now, didn't the Supreme Court just rule that they have to vote for the citizens voting? Remember the last time they were voting, they weren't going to give Donald Trump the electoral vote, even though their populists said they should. Now the Supreme Court has ruled that they have to.
Yeah.
But the problem is becoming now you're not knowing who the citizenry is voting
for. We're going to have the ballots. So what do you do? I mean, that's to me. We're going to create a constitutional crisis.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's going to affect a very divided America.
Right.
Y'all, we're not talking 5 points.
We talked about the media before and how they're propaganda machines.
That's what it's all about. The media controls us, y'all.
Yes.
And we've been warned about it.
Yep.
Malcolm X probably said it better than anybody else I know.
I know. You brought up a good quote the other night, too. Go ahead.
You know, about that. Once they realize the power of the media, you're hero or zero. And it's all because of whether they like you or they don't like you. They can make you famous or infamous. Whatever you want to. By people buy the ink by 55-gallon drums. And remember, the majority of the news media is owned with 6 different people.
People, yes.
Own 90% of the news media.
Yes, right.
If we didn't have social media, we like to beat up Facebook and Twitter and all those other things. But if we didn't have that, and I know they don't like a lot of conservative, but if we didn't have.
Hey, it's been a great show so far, guys. I want to start wrapping it up. I know everybody's going to be loving their Saturday night. By the way, great topics tonight. Got a little bit there going back and forth. But you know what? That's the beauty of this show. That what Gordon said. That's what the beauty of this show is. Hey, we can tend to agree to disagree sometimes.
Do you know why everybody loves that?
I know I love it.
But it's something called civil debate.
Mm-hmm.
It's civil discourse. It's what this country was meant to do. We always disagree.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly, and I could see where you could say that.
Yeah.
But I still think there's a constitutional issue with that.
And we can look at it. Me and you'll dig into it, and I'll admit if I'm wrong. Absolutely. But I'm just saying it could happen. I ain't saying I want it to happen. No. Like I said, never going to be. If that does happen,
I can tell you one group called Landmark Legal that
yeah.
goes over and wins over and over again.
Yeah.
With a person that used to be the second command of the DOJ is going to come out of the woodworks if they try that.
Yes, he is.
They're going to tie that up in so much legislation she won't be able to be the president for the next 2 years, and it'll be farther over.
John Brooks may be the next president.
That's just not. People are scared half to death of that, but I'm telling you, that happened.
Yeah,
that person will not.
That
person will not be president of the United States ever.
And I'm just saying it could happen, but I don't want it to. All right, Gordon, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap this up. I did want to talk, but I'll take a little over till Tuesday. A little tornado football. Have you seen the new schedule? Oh my God, the way that it's changed.
Talk about it, David.
We're going to, just real quick, we're going to open up with in Baker County. Then we've got, let me see, Madison County's on the schedule. We had to pick up the Madison County Cowboys, four-time defending state champs over there.
No easy road there. At University Christian,
no easy road there. They're Class 2A powerhouse, 3A powerhouse. Who's the other one there? I wish I had my schedule. I didn't bring it. I left. I sat there and forgot it, but I will bring it Tuesday. But the first 5 games, 4 of them on the road.
Yep.
I was so glad.
Baldwin's the only one at home. Baldwin will come here in between there. But the first, no, we're still trying to find an opponent for October 9th. It's been talked of Lake City. No, that's all we need is a 6A school, right? Or 7A school on top of that schedule. But Coach Tomlinson doesn't think so because, Coach Allen over there, he's really, he doesn't want to play right now. He'd rather play in the spring. He said he's got kids over there that's got this, and it's just he doesn't want to get involved.
Back in the Bears from up there in Blackshear, Georgia.
Yeah, well, the problem is I think their schedule's already full because they tried. Now, Cardinal Gibbons is not on the schedule, which we were supposed to play because of Dade County, and they're not playing. Now, the other opponent that it just keeps getting better is Trinity Christian. Look at that Sarah Claire's like. But, if you play those guys and you can play them tough, we got a good football team.
It got us there this last
Yes, it did. And even if you lose those games and you play them tough,
state championship.
that's what I'm saying.
Close games.
In the last 4 years, this has happened. Well, 1 game away when that 2017 season when Reigns come in here.
Yep.
And I don't think they should have whooped us like a drum 53-13 that year. I'll never forget that score because we were better than that.
Yes.
I think we got scared a little bit. I think our boys got a little intimidated. And 3 guys on the front line beat us. Those 2 defensive end and that nose guard, Byron, ate us up all night. Ate us up all night.
I will tell you one thing. I am glad to hear that first announcement that you made.
Baker County.
Welcome back, Baker County.
Got them last year.
Get you some again.
Yeah, we're going to go over there to go get
That
them.
was a game last year. That was a game.
Palatka to come play.
Palatka is on the schedule.
Oh,
That's
you
one
are on
of
the
the
schedule?
that's one of the home games.
All right.
So senior night it's funny because of the way this is all going to work out. Senior night will be the Baldwin game. And then homecoming will be the last game against Fort White, the last home game. And in between there, we've got Palatka and PK Young. I think that's the 3 home games. And then that October the 9th is going to be a home game, whoever that opponent is.
I just hope it's not Newberry again.
That's a possibility. I don't know. I mean, they're just trying to figure out.
Sometimes a lot of the school systems got some problems how they were starting.
How they're starting to. Shelley was telling me that they was talking to Deke Story and some of those guys. They wanted to put Gainesville High School on there, the Purple Hurricanes. But it was something, what you said, something to do about them scheduling each other and stuff like that, and it didn't work out. So I don't know who that opponent's going to be, but I will let y'all know, guys, as soon as I know. I will bring that schedule and we'll break it down. I'm going to break the Florida Gator schedule down for you, the Miami schedule, the Georgia schedule, and the Florida State schedule on the next show.
We don't care about Florida State.
Well, I can tell you this right now. Florida State's got a tough road schedule as well. And just because of everybody's playing 10 conference opponents now. And y'all got a tough one too. How did y'all not draw Alabama?
Alabama was scared.
Alabama was
Let's throw it out there. They were afraid to come play in the swamp.
Oh gosh, I hear you, man.
We walk through the jungle where the lions won't go.
There you go. But y'all may catch them in the SEC championship game. So probably what's going to happen. I think Alabama and Florida is the best.
And Georgia's going to be tough.
Georgia's going to be tough. And I think LSU lost too much. I think they're talented. I think they're good. But I don't know if they're going to be as good as that.
I'm with you.
I got a question.
Sure.
For the Florida-Georgia game, do you think they're still going to play in Jacksonville?
They are.
Yes,
November the 7th, a week back from when they normally play it. So November 7th, I think they should.
Good.
And I think there should be fans there.
Yes.
Gordon, don't you?
I do.
I think there should be fans there. I don't care if it's 25, 50%. Get your fans there.
Get some fans. You gotta have some noise.
Gotta have some noise, man.
How do you, in an empty stadium, I can't imagine, The sound effects are part of it.
Have you been watching the baseball games and stuff?
Yeah, that's it.
It's almost hard to watch, isn't it? It really is. That fake noise.
Just play like the Jaguars have been playing for the last 10 years.
They all. You know about the cardboards, right?
Yeah.
You heard about the cardboards. You can actually get a cardboard
Cardboard.
yourself.
Yeah. Forget about our first responders, man. Those guys were out there working really